The LUMIX BGH1 Box camera is the perfect tool for those that want to get into live broadcasting your events, but don't necessarily want to go through the process of getting external switchers or a more heavy-duty computer for processing all of that information to send it up to something like YouTube or Facebook. Throughout this video, I'm going to show you how to get the camera connected to a laptop and also how to use the LUMIX Tether for Multicam software so that you can have remote control over this camera for those single-person operations. I'll also dive in a little bit for connecting into something like OBS to send this video footage out for broadcast in YouTube and Facebook. So with that, let's jump over to my setup here and we'll walk through the connection process. So as you can see here, I have my laptop set up and I'm getting ready to connect my BGH1 Box camera into my computer. The first thing we're going to do is take a look at the box camera and show you the connectivity ports. Now, the back of the BGH1 Box camera is where you'll find all of your input-output options for this camera. You'll see we have our microphone and headphone input, a LAN connection, which we'll cover in the advanced video, as well as your output connectors on the side here. The ports we're going to be interested in are down here on the bottom, which is our HDMI and our USB-C 3.0 connector. It's important to note that this camera can be powered one of two ways, either with an external battery, like I have attached here, or through the DC input port here on the side of the camera with the included barrel connector. Now, the first thing we're going to do is take a USB-C cable. In this case, I have a short one for connecting to my laptop, and plugging it into the USB-C connector on the back of this camera. Once this cable's connected, I can now move over to my laptop to continue the process. Now that I'm here with my laptop, I'm going to take the USB-C side of the other end of the cable and plug it right into my laptop. From this point, I can power the camera on with the switch in the front. After a few seconds, the camera will boot up and everything will be ready to go to begin working with the LUMIX Tether for Multicam software. Now that the camera's powered on, I will open up the LUMIX Tether for Box software. Now that the software is open, you'll notice that you have a number of controls to change the exposure values based on your scenario that you're shooting in. This is where you'll get the image to look how you want it for your broadcast. Once you have your camera set up and you're happy with how the image looks, you can close the LUMIX Tether for Multicam software. Once you have the software open called OBS, you're now able to add the camera into the feed so that you can send this out to something like YouTube or Facebook. What you'll do is go under the first scene option here, go into source, click on the plus icon, and then now select video capture device. Name this whatever works best for your application. Once you have that set, you'll be provided a new screen here where you're going to select LUMIX Webcam software. This software will now allow the camera to communicate and send the video feed over this USB-C connection into your laptop as a live video feed. Once you can confirm that that feed is here, click OK. Now, depending on how you have OBS set up, you may have to resize this by select clicking, go to Transform and Fit to Screen. And then just click Transition. Once you have the video feed into OBS here, you can go into your settings options, go to Stream, and select the service that you're using to send out your video feed, whether that's YouTube, Facebook, or something like Restream for sending to multiple locations. For information on how to utilize this portion of OBS, you can check out videos from OBS on how to set up your streaming options. For those that want to output a higher resolution video feed, you would need something like a capture card. In this case, I'm using an Elgato HD60S Plus. This device allows you to take the HDMI video feed, use it into this capture device, and send it into the computer as a webcam source. To utilize this for something like YouTube live streaming, you'll go into your platform, click Webcam, create a title, set your visibility to what you would like, and click Next. The software will automatically create a thumbnail for you based on what is in front of the camera. And in my case, I'm also going to click down here and make sure that I'm using the HD60S Plus as my video capture device. As far as audio goes, this is where I'm using the built-in MacBook Pro microphones that are already on this laptop. Once those things are set, you can click Go Live. After a second or so, the video feed will begin presenting live. You'll get a notification and you're ready to go. Once your stream is done and your event is over, you would just click End Stream and then confirm. And you're all set. As you can see, the setup for a single person operation is very simple and straightforward. This setup allows you to be able to broadcast all of your content out to your followers with something as simple as a laptop and just the camera. Now you do have the flexibility to go a little bit more advanced with something like a capture card, but it really depends on where you're sending this content out. Some key things to remember is that Facebook live streaming is only out at 720p, where YouTube, as long as you're qualified, allows you to broadcast all the way up to 4K. So choose the platform that works best for your audience, and the equipment will follow suit. So I hope you found this video useful, and I look forward to showing you more content in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Panasonic.